Women use boxer. Difeng's destruction is of behind. Yeah, you must stop interfering with the future of Difeng. The more you try to guide them, the more you try to protect them, the faster the disaster will come, and the more uncontrollable it will become. Besides, your physical condition no longer allows you to do anything. Neither was mine. But I don't get it, Sarina. After something like this happened, why did you still agree to let you press? Child's eyes were just as dominant as her parents back then, and she really did fulfill my wish of having her call me Septa. How is this technology from Ecuador that surpasses the knowledge of Luxing any different from the miracles the Calamar's dragon showed the length the door back then? And you and I have both seen the tragedy that led to with our own eyes. In my opinion, you'd be better off sealing away this magic box that constantly tempts scholars to exhaust themselves analyzing it, lying to little you. That way she never end up on the same path as her parents. Nana, for everyone's protection, let them away from Langford. I sense the deep reluctance to leave and melancholy of parting glimmer, of hope hidden within, and the resolve to reach our new home, even if it meant dying in the cold, desolated void of space. And that determination led to a future that you and I have seen with our own eyes, this unpleasant day look. Anna, the world can exist without omnipotent gods. However, it can never be without humans, beings who are filled with possibilities. They won't just stop at using the box to seek external help. They do even better than me until they draw out enough hope from the bottom of the box to change Luxing. Of course, I also considered the actual circumstances and quickly offered a little help when the time is right. But given some more time, little Union will figure things out herself. After all, she's little Layla's best friend, the smartest king I've ever met. Oh. It wasn't a prophetic dream that I just will live the past record. The box Bjorn has moments like this. You determined to understand the question, so you practice with countless similar ones, only to find that the question on the final exam is the very first one. 3 years ago, while I was staring blankly at the box left behind by my parents, I suddenly had the thought pushing me to pay attention to this numerical difference. If it weren't for that thought, I wouldn't have foreseen the impending disaster in my third year of research. I don't think you should attitude everything to inspiration. This is your parents' life story, and it's proof that the god has faith in you. You truly haven't let them down. That means... Seems no one else saw the past planned by the box. Never mind, it clearly isn't the best time to bring this up now. Yes, Yoon, I have no more doubt about your efforts in conclusion. Your theory will lead the Institute's concepts and ideas into a new phase, and I thank you on behalf of everyone. And these words must be spoken personally by each person who has doubted you. Sorry, Yoon, from now on I will give you my full support. Thank you for your hard work all this time. You have undoubtedly done an excellent job this time. It's wonderful, Yoon. I ought to thank you too here. Thank you for the silent, sincere explanation. If it weren't for you, I might have been difficult to earn our trust since it concerns you. Simply told you everything I saw with my own eyes. My words were merely the spark that brought you here. I had a passion burning behind them is the true flame. As fellow researchers, you must understand what the flames you and Yuyun possess no longer different size. If anything, this child's flame burns even brighter than my own. Thank you, Uncle Director. So it was because I chose here who would never pull any tricks that you were willing to come to my secret lab, right? Pretty much. Sorry, say something. Fine, you're good at reading people. I can't hear you. Who's good at reading people? Professor Yuyun, you have such a great eye for people. Doomsday Disaster Briefing submitted by Layla to Layla by the director regarding the Doomsday Disaster briefing and aid request, presenting to Godson Adina and acting God Layla. Greetings. Following an investigation and analysis of verified data, 20 Yuyun of the Sea of Data Research Institute has concluded that Difeng will face a severe Sea of Data corruption event in 22 days. This disaster is projected to affect an extremely large area and may pose a major threat to the safety of all residents. After reviewing the submitted materials, the Institute unanimously confirms the credibility of this conclusion. Given the severity of the forecasted outcome, the Institute believes that initiating evacuation preparations and minimizing potential losses must now take top priority. We therefore submit the following request. Activate the citywide crisis response plan. Immediately issue an apocalypse level alert to all institutions. Release an evacuation notice to all citizens and carry out the evacuation operation tomorrow. Open the big library that is currently still under construction. Use it as the main emergency shelter and complete all emergency facility deployment today. Have the engineering department assist the institute in optimizing and mass producing the anti-Sea of Data corruption weapon developed by Yuyun. Prioritize Doomsday response work above all else. Grant full legal status to Yuyun, the private operated secret institute, including authorization to search, view, and download all database materials under the Sea of Data corruption category. Finally, we request formal commendation for Institute trainee Yuyun. Appendix: select conclusions and data extracts from Yuyun experiments report. Sea of Data Research Institute, signed and sealed by the Institute Director. Approval from Layla. Approved. For support for the work of the Sea of Data Research Institute and gratitude for the contributions made by Yuyun's lab. Yeah. Unnamed library. After a while. How about it? Hey, I told you the space would be perfect as the main shelter. Oh, the facilities seem even more comprehensive than when I stumbled in here while fleeing. Oh, no, you've discovered that not a single step of your escape was wasted after all. You really are a kid who lights up the smallest bit of sunshine. But I see the 1,000-year night god isn't here, Seven. Or is she too embarrassed to receive my desk and 5,000-word review in person? Really, Yuyun, I've already contacted Layla. She said she'd meet us as soon as she finishes modifying all heads of institutions in Difeng of the Doomsday Alert. Great, finally, I feel confident enough to talk to Layla. Plus, the director said the research institute is willing to help. All goes well, the website team will also be able to use the portable version of We Have No Future tomorrow morning. Professional equipment really makes a difference. I had to put in so much effort just to get 4 of these. Here, don't lose them. They function just like the ones given to the website team, but we're receiving the special body edition from me. As she spoke, Yuyun placed several magic-looking steel bolts into the palms of the trio. Do you really want to give this box such a clumsy name? How about Box of Memories in Time? I think you definitely like this name. That's so lame. No, I didn't mean it to be mean here. I just thought what was on my mind. I'm sorry. You should apologize to your future self. I just thought that the name We Have No Future would show that I hardly care about the terrible future predicted. It make me look cool. Besides, what if... I know what you think. We failed, this name won't look good on a business card, but it'd be perfect to engrave on a portable gravestone and vent your frustrations. So morbid. Exactly. What was I thinking? That was what I'm thinking. So what? Wally, you've done something similar before, haven't you? One of you delivered your own illic, the other prepared your own gravestone. Well, geniuses seem to always prepare to have a special kind of death. Alright, enough already. It would be rude to continue this conversation. To think of it, is the god really just maintaining the balance between Difeng and the sea of data after hearing Cody's speculation in our lab statement? Perhaps we should broaden the scope to the entire Luxing. I'm not sure whatever the increase in Rift's cost Senatina's illness or Senatina's illness caused the increase in Rifts, but one thing is certain. Since they're connected, reducing the number of corruption Rifts and preventing the tsunami will surely help Senatina recover soon. And maybe Senatina won't leave me. Oh, Layla. A thought surfaced in your mind before any emotions could. It wasn't from Layla's intervention, but rather a sentiment you both shared. If given the chance, you would certainly wish for the god to keep her smile, for her to freely roam every corner of Lucine like a deer in the forest until the future where you existed came. And not just Senadina, but Professor Yoon, Candy Sweet, Nucci, Otu, the people of Food, the people of Lanku, the people of Oxia, and everyone from worlds I can't personally reach. They can all be safe. Lost in thought, you unconsciously fell into step at the very back of the floor. Layla. You looked toward Layla in confusion. She was hiding behind a bookshelf and she immediately gestured for you. Keep quiet. Right, come the matter? Did something go wrong when communicating those in charge? No, this isn't the case. Thanks to the materials provided by you, Yoon, and the co-information from the director of the Sea of Data Research Institute, everyone quickly understood the current situation and took respective action. But I wanted to talk about something else. Ian, has you suffered a lot without me? Not I knew it. If I hadn't told that lie to conceal Senadia's situation, Ian wouldn't have been given the cold shoulder for telling the truth. Those doubts and blame shouldn't have been borne by her or my fault. Yoon is my friend, and yet I think about how heartbroken and scared she was. I can't bring myself to. But you've also given it a lot of thought. If concealing the truth was your mistake, but you used to reveal to the public right away that the god is unwell. That would only escalate the panic. Besides, it's not like this hasn't happened before. Senadia's principles will always keep such matters hidden. He didn't want this to become public knowledge and even continued working in that condition, claiming she was an all-powerful god whom nothing could stop except sleepiness. The result, we all saw it. So you made the same choice as Senadina for the same reason. Made a choice? No, if Senadina thinks this way, then it must be the best approach. I know that you must have kept her discovery from me for the same reason as Senadina. They were both concerned about me and did not want me to panic. Seem to have discovered some hidden issue. Oh, my fault. If I could be more reliable, they would trust me more and I could help them. Perhaps you were always surrounded by friends who preferred to boldly sprint forward rather than retreat, while Layla's attitude was quite the opposite, and that made it all the more impossible for you to ignore her. Sorry, I feel like I've been talking about myself this whole time. What about you? You haven't told me what's happening yet. I've told you everything, so don't try to fool. You realized that there was a small choice right now that could double as a way to verify your guess. As I mentioned before, I come from the distant future, so I know little about what's going to happen soon. In that hazy future, Professor Yoon encountered grave trouble, ultimately falling into the sea of data and vanishing without a trace. What are you planning to? Should we tell her? You were right. Rather than making decisions independently, Layla tended to follow the guidance of those she acknowledged in her heart, people such as Senadina, Nawalab, and now you. I won't tell her. A future like that, she must have already imagined it countless times during all those nights of painstakingly research calculations and theoretical proof. Regardless of my choice, one thing will never change. I will stand by her side, prevent any potential crisis, face the future with her, and be one of her firm supporters. And I will convey this point as the conclusion of my thinking, exactly as it is. Of course, you also wish to convey the meaning of every choice that fell upon her and every decision concerning others to this little future god before you. Just like the teacher who taught you to cherish both love for yourself and for others on that rainy night. And I've noticed you have a way of saying really cool stuff. But I know that you only say such things after thinking things through, going long and hard, making your own plans, and into resolve to take responsibility for your decisions. You want to tell me that the process of pondering and stopping with thought is more important than the choice itself, right? But I've never really thought about any of these. Because I just keep following in Senatina's footsteps. Because I know Senatina's always right. As long as I follow it, I won't end up on the wrong path. I have a teacher who always says that if two theses reach different conclusions, then the credibility of both will be equally halved. However, if one of them bears a signature, the situation would be completely different. The credibility of the signed paper would be double, while the other's credibility would instantly drop to zero. Yet such a teacher would encourage me in her own unique way when I reached a conclusion completely opposite to hers, supporting me in every attempt to find those almost non-existing proof. Have you ever managed to prove that you are right? Not at all. My recent record is 56-0, and that insurmountable peak just keeps getting higher. What do you mean, right? But she stays up late with me, repeatedly going through the same futile exercises she already knows by heart, so I can help but grow fond of her time again and again, despite my complaints, and I look forward to our 57th attempt together. Even for both of you know the right answer, and I understand that these are the wrong paths that your teachers are taking. Still looks forward to your success, anticipation, and believing that one day you will surpass her. But aren't you afraid? If you achieve something that even your teachers couldn't, wouldn't that mean tempting on your teacher's perfection, stealing away her radiance and demonstrating that your love for her isn't poor enough? My teacher has already encouraged me multiple times and emphasized their recognition of me. Denying her perspective willfully would be the greatest disrespect to her. I've never believed that for one light to shine brighter, another must dim. To illuminate unlit areas, yes, or to become one with the other and soar together toward the vaster sky, the choice has always been in our hands. The girl lowered her head, pondering deeply for a moment. You knew exactly who she was thinking of, but you chose not to speak it out loud. May this anticipation quickly take root and sprout. Perhaps she too will reach that day of transcendence. Now, I really have no choice but to apologize to you. Not just for keeping things from her, but also because I've decided to keep hiding it. Sia and Tammy, have I become as bad as your scheming teacher? You want to be better, just don't forget to tell your best friend that anytime he wants to share discoveries, your thoughts, or troubles with you, you will. I believe in her without hesitation and stand by her side. These are my most sincere sentiments. Thank you, Stian. I can't hear you clearly. Stop pulling my back. Can't you clearly feel it? Stop pulling my back. Couldn't you give those two some privacy? Please stop nagging. Oh, quite here yet. Don't you want to hear the delicate, the secrets with Yanko? No confession of feelings. How many times have I seen it happen between you two? Oh, that's the real question. Where's that friend? It's the only thing I agree with. No move, everyone get back to work. From the look, yes. At least from the outfit, the old Cyberpunk. Things are going to get tough starting tomorrow. Have you checked all the rooms we have been to? All the food and water probably stored. Have you been working diligently? Who knew our planning and preparing shelter would be so arduous? Oh, found it here. I'm done on my end. How about you? Yes, I'm ready here as well. By the way, have you seen Layla? Don't tell me they're off somewhere having their little girl talk again. Hey, Sin, how are you doing over there? Today's topics can wait till tomorrow, and tomorrow's stories can wait till the day after. Don't you dare become a workaholic like Kia. Hey, why are you being nice and rude all at the same time? Alright, I got it. So you all, you worked hard. Goodbye, you deserve a night. Oh. This is what it should have been, but it wasn't. What's that sound? In the early hours before dawn, dozens of rifts appeared in thin air. The sheer number and courage of these rifts were unprecedented in Difeng's relatively short history. Base stations, ecological drone cores, and other facilities essential to the city's basic functions all suffered varying degrees of corruption. Fortunately, your early intervention helped Yuyun convince the director of the Sea of Data Research Institute. Later, through Layla, Yuyun alerted the entrance station heads to the coming disaster. Multiple parties responded timely, thus successfully minimizing the impact of this emergency to the best of their abilities. However, before the sun rose, there was still much work ahead of you. 1 day, 21 days, 10 hours, 15 minutes, 18 seconds to Difeng's possible destruction, 78%. Oh. It's not 100%, but it's still not a good chance. 20% chance is not a gamble I would take. Come on, let's test the emergency communicator first. It can ensure our basic communication errors without signal. I can hear you. That's for you. Ah, yes, I hear you. I was just adjusting the reception frequency. Yuyun, are you still upset that the box couldn't predict this event? Of course I am. I spent 3 years preparing. Who would have thought I'd get hit with a surprise right when I'm cramming for finals? It's infuriating. Let's never keep up with changes. That's how life works. Even though you couldn't take it calmly, you still adapted on the spot and came up with a brand new plan. That's really impressive. My core theory has always been that humans can stand shoulder to shoulder with the god. It only makes sense to consider humanity's ability to deal with sudden extreme disasters alone. But I didn't expect anyone to approve my plan so quickly. It was just a plan I picked from all the plans I had thought of before, because it was more likely to succeed. It's never been tested. What if it has a fatal flaw? Let's just test the plan as we go and update the path on our portable tombstones while we're at it. You have a point. Anyway, back on topic. The surge in corruption rifts indicates that the entity in the sea of data that has been causing them has entered its active period. We mobilized the personal guided surveillance to safety, then repaired every rift in Difeng as fast as possible, leaving only one which we could manually expand to bait the entity out. And the flashpoint invoked, this will be our best shot at ending the crisis, maybe even our only shot before Doomsday hits. With nearly 60% of Difeng cut off, evacuation orders could only be relayed by word of mouth by the Rift Strike team and emergency rescue squads. Meanwhile, we need to repair the rifts in the signing sectors bit by bit. Definitely. Professor Yun, clench your face, breathe deeply. Got it. So let's wish ourselves a smooth operation. No, don't say that. You have to say we're definitely gonna run into trouble and complications. But we still make it through. We definitely make it through. Only when two opposite expectations coexist can we keep mysterious forces from messing with the operation. I've totally found myself a loyal bunch of teammates. I heard everything. enough stalling. I hereby declared Operation underway. Not gonna lie, I'm a bit nervous too. Yeah. Yeah. Actually. Yeah, what did you say? Yeah, oh, the machine comes out jam too. Are the monsters scared of the power of Sure, I could drag them out of the rift and beat them up one by one, but that'd be totally a waste of time. Closing the rift comes first. For this part, I have to rely on the We Have No Future Special Body Edition. Use the energy overflow from the sea of data to reverse interfere with the time sequence away of a specific space, thereby loading the situation. So complicated, I just do it. Third quick repair program. Scanning the future state of symbol. I was of a reboot, recommended initiating time sequence reconstruction mode. I followed the instruction. Time sequence reconstruction mode. Pointer and buttons. The glowing pointer indicates the current time point of the footage being viewed. By clicking the forward or backward buttons, you can the entire course of action that occurred within a period of time. The blue areas represent the key sequence computed and marked by the device and may contain important information. Follow the person or monster in the footage to investigate. Expected, that's the second wave. Zero did ordered zone height countermeasure, but so I have a pop between. So after timing of zero, pressure take and all subs. 本当に厄介だね。そうだ、隙間を吸収するっていうのはどうかな。Okay. よし、もう一つの隙間の様子を確認してみよう。Something will definitely go wrong. Waste impression of you. Indeed. This time, whatever you want to hear it or not, I have to tell you, growing up must never take away the right to cry. Always be there to catch your tears, just like you once did for me. The truth behind her exhaustion has to be seen from two sides. Worrying about every matter on Difeng is probably the least of it. Thinking about this is the 5th time this year in pain beyond what sages or heroes could imagine. I can't help but asking. On an island surrounded by boundless sea, where a god can neither push the sea back nor predict its shifting tides, how could she protect her people? Maybe she thought of only one way. Every day, every hour, every minute she would stand at the island's edge and take on its behalf. The corruption brought by the sea now clearly knew the truth, and so in the great adventure, the secret she and Senna hid from Layla could only be what I'm guessing now. And the apology operation I secretly witnessed behind the bookshelf, one nervously twisting her fingers, silently rehearsing her script. Here's idea. The other clutching her skirt hem, sincerely but staring intensely at her partner. Cole's idea and the awkward silence played out exactly as expected. My analysis here thought Layla should prepare her wording, but she kept her eyes down beside Dean. Coley thought Professor was about to break the silence, but she was still focused on maintaining eye contact. Well, the good news is that the two of them finally learned how to express their feelings. The bad news is the other two got completely derailed by someone else's expert advice. At least after an accidental eye contact, Layla and Professor couldn't help but laugh. In an instant, the drafts and techniques vanished, leaving only their way of dissolving awkwardness. One soft "I'm sorry" and one gentle "Same here." Okay, and let's see what. He has said 3 years is enough to reshape a person, even less. Just a month together can make parting bittersweet, and if in that time a promise, a dream, even the smallest kindness takes root, the memory of leaving can turn into thorns, breaking anyone who tries to hold it close. Fearing that pain, I treasure every moment with everyone more. So for Dragon, when she says fleeting moment means nothing, does she really dismiss that sliver of time, or is she trying to ignore the fainting ripple stirred inside her? The beauty of immortality. Has it really been preserved all this time, only by the cold marsh of time itself? Pressing up now. Looking back, our team was basically a rectangle thrown together with beginner gear, two newcomers who knew nothing about luxing, plus a student fretting about her holiday practice. We stumbled forward, hesitant, confused, but forcing ourselves on until saving the world once unthinkable became a mission we knew we would complete. But now there isn't a shred of doubt left in any of us. This was never just my sorry. I believe this resolve will pass from Layla and Professor Yuyun and set all of Difeng ablaze. I don't know if that is a good wording. Layla, will you miss this life? When you created the system, did you faintly hope for certain moments to return and stay? Better than only to Senna. Let's close. Can I give you just a symbolic? With a reboot. Since it's a chaotic craft, as long as I repair everything without missing anything. Why are so many rifts popping up within just a few hours? This has never happened before. God and Captain Nito's on the diving. I can't reach the squad leader. In the rifts I just closed, reopen again after 10 minutes. Damn it, nothing's going right. MRC is going to be stuck here patching the stupid rift until tomorrow. Suppose to be the only one assigned to this sector. So who's this guy saying he can't in the past, Sean by times he against the construction mode, he didn't exist at all. Really? Can you get food to them? Yeah, CN has already connected. I'm fine. Maybe being too close to the corruption rift is messing with the emergency communicator. Once I see the signal should come back. But isn't the whole point of emergency communication to avoid situations like this? Has any other Rift Strike team member lost connection? Right now, it's just you and Yuyun. Your voice suddenly sounded distant earlier, like you're being tracked into another world. Just me and Professor Yuyun? That's why we've been trying to reach you, to keep civilians from panicking. Yuyun handed our emergency communicator to an evacuation group of 12 people, and where we successfully cut herself off. You two are in charge of the Colossus sector, so be safe. You should find her and work with her. Leave it to me. As for the red projection, I have to ask Professor Yuyun. Oh no. That does sound like a disaster to happen. Since what if she cannot handle? Little girl sure knows how to spot nonsense. Do you really think you can scam me? Wait, turn up. You heard me. Sorry, the girl you were talking about, was she about this with when Tony died? You've been bothered by her too? Oh, she's such a pain, always rambling about tsunamis and doomsday, taking all kinds of disrespectful nonsense about the god. She's bound to fall into the sea of data sooner or later. You know where she went? Who even are you, asking all these questions? Are you one of her people? Out of sped doomsday nonsense too? Just my luck. Every fish at us too. The residents around here have mostly evacuated. I presume the Rift Strike team has with you. You should take shelter in the library immediately. It's just a big power outage. Give it a night and it'll be fixed. I've seen rifts before. The god always told everyone not to go out when the rifts are acting up. Then why are you want to go on the streets right now? Stop bothering me. Ask again and I hate you. Definitely was for professional, so I don't have the time to earn his trust. Don't want to do this, but now's not the time to be choosy. And the way he talked about the professor really ticks me off. What the hell is that? My teacher always said violence is the lowest method of solving problems, but when the world is at stake, you do what you must. I don't mind communicating in the way you prefer. First, the disaster's real. Take refuge now. Second, where did Professor Yuyun go? I never said I didn't believe her. Honestly, I got scared the moment she started talking. I just pretended I didn't, because it'd be embarrassing. I wasn't taking a walk either. I was already heading toward the library. I saw the girl. A monster. As long as I'm here, you won't lay a finger on him. You okay? I'm fine. Thank you for saving me and sorry about earlier. But you were incredible just now. For a moment I almost thought you were the god. That's not blasphemy or anything. You really do resemble the god a bit. The way you talk, the way you act. I look like Senna. Thank you. The comment lingered in your mind for some reason, but there were more urgent things to deal with, so you pushed it aside. Before parting, Ed told you where Union had gone and promised he'd bring any remaining civilians he came across to the library. The chant sings slowly. Ed said Professor Yun is nearby. Chant slowly sings, but not really. Don't come any closer. The Union? Initial time signals contact mode. Calm down, let's find water. Oh, yeah. When time might lead to go. Oh. Take a look. Yeah, it is. What a monster. Here, what's combinations? Possesses the three eyes of someone. Sound waves it blasts will cause the target head to confusion. Once confused makes out, the target will lose their sense of direction. Eliminate the three eyes of the attack zone. Terminated. Oh. Throwing things. Yeah, I need to. Beat it. Successfully. Thanks. Telling the future state of the Swift. Have no risk of reboot. Wonder if I ever see that web projection. Why didn't the institution foresee this crisis? Now they start ordering this strike team around. What were they even doing before? Was a sighting here really okay? I don't want to try anymore. The God and Captain Lee aren't here. What's the point of us even trying? Now stop that email. Even if trying won't change anything, we still have to act. Don't forget we are... Boss. The projection ended here, its conclusion speaking for itself. You looked around in fear, searching for the man and woman, only to meet a pair of worried, watching eyes. Mimi, lead the monsters down. It's just us now. Don't be scared. Can you see? Did you see the man and woman who were talking here just now? No, you were the only one who came to save me. Mimi, are you pushing us after all? You're tired too? We could rest a bit. You slipped a clean piece of gauze out from the shadow and bandaged the girl's wound. What once felt impossible now comes natural. Thank you, Dreamy. I'm sorry you got separated from my parents and dragged you into this. You really should have listened to you. We've never seen this many monsters before. So you has met you already then? How is she? When we said we needed time to think, she looked really down, but she put herself together right away and went to one another family. If I had been staring at Yuyun's face, no one would have known. If I hadn't said, no one would have noticed. I see it. That's just how Professor Yuyun is. Amy, if you see Yuyun, can you tell her I'm sorry for me? My parents and I, we've always been protected by the god. We never imagined something this catastrophic could happen to us, so... Don't worry, the god will make it back soon. I'm part of a special rescue squad. I'm so done with losing connections here and here. I have finished repairing all the rifts on our end. We're heading over now. Have you found Yuyun yet? Not yet. I went to Candy Sweet. She's got separated. At your location access suggest you hand her over to us and go look for Yuyun yourself. That sounds perfect. Don't worry about me, Dreamy. Yuyun needs you more. I can wait here for the big sister on the phone. No sensible. We're better behaved in here, yeah. Hey, you know I can hear you, right? And when have I not waited for you after you overslept? Big sister on the phone? By the way, after we repaired the rift, you see any dark red projections? If we had, we would have told you already. Could it be like those precognitive dreams which only the differently bits you can see? It's not so much a precognitive dream as an instinct built up over numerous fate cycles. In the visions data showed me, I finally understood this. It tells me what to do, what not to do, by hiding its own structure so people think they're seeing the future. But this is our first time in Difeng. We've never failed here. How could we see a past shaped by failure? Or maybe it's just a natural mirage caused by the corrupted. Don't overthink it. I'm already flying over with fear in my arms. There's no need to tell that. Anyway, I'm leaving Candy Sweet in your hands. Why do I have feeling like we lose you now? What does it feel like to control a shadow? Well, like a soft silk comes to rest on my palm, and as I think it slowly wraps around my body, it's a gentle power. Since you call me Professor, I take the area with the most rift. When you said that, your teeth had chattering, yet in the future you love telling your students, don't force yourself to do what your heart and body resist. I still remember the comment Professor Yuyun left on the terrible feces. That ink is just a highlight, the mistake. So you fix them. It's not a death sentence. Somehow that comforts me. Now, to be honest, even as I write this, I'm still anxious, but instead of waiting around for fear to fade, I rather keep moving forward. I believe the path will reveal itself behind me one step at a time. The more afraid you are, the more you should get up and move. That's the most important lesson I've learned. But again, this time it's Professor Yuyun. Damn it, they kept me locked up all this time just to ease me now. Talk about desperation. The flash plan and the recollocation plan are both scrapped. The only thing left is down the plan, our last safety net. Check every option with the energy output one by one. Compare the data until find the source to trigger this explosive surge of rifts. If I can log onto the critical rift later, I won't get blocked by those annoying perhaps when we mobilize. Maybe I get lucky and the first rift I check will have energy so high that I won't even need to compare. Watch me shine. Professor Yoon, could you actually be... Thinking back on everything, the cold knot deep in your chest finally formed a clear shape. The red projection you saw was probably Luxing's original history, the one untouched by your interference. Yeah, that was also my fault. That's what happened when they didn't... Oh. Tabula ending fell into the rift with her spirit crushed one day. What day in Tabea would have learned from her medical road that her chronic illness was finally beginning to heal. Time of death 1:41 a.m. Ending swallowed by the rift and excruciating pain of the rift tearing at him. He desperately prayed on and hoping to see the god return before his vision faded. Time of death 1:45 a.m. Ending buried near the shelter. A few days ago, Tarlin received the crucial invitation she had been dreaming of. She was full of ambition, seeing it as a new beginning in her career. You forget the god's warning. You better stay home. Oh God, please come home soon. Oh. Silent ending. Escaped to the seaside but was swept away by the high tide. As seawater endlessly rushed into his nostrils, he wondered if he hadn't lost his driving certificate, would the ending have been different? Time of death 3:50 a.m. Bonner ending. Fell into the rift holding her unconscious daughter. Bonner saved up money to change jobs and planned to rent an apartment near the school. Starting next semester, her daughter wouldn't need to live on campus. Time of death 1:20 a.m. Hey little girl, step aside, don't walk away. Seriously, you're trying to pitch an invitation at a time like this? Fine, don't help them. I can manage on my own anyway. Don't help them. No, forget it. I think 3 more people would be better. I even made a special body edition. It'd be a total waste if I never get to use it. Sorry. It's even worse if you read what all of the times the god could go out. It had to be now. Keep it down, don't let the believers hear you. Daniel, the ending, buried together with a student. He had always yearned for the madam's praise. When he had let the last student out of the dorm, he thought it finally had his moment. Time of death 1:18 a.m. Quays, ending, absorbed by the sudden rift that appeared behind. But Lady Senadina, please save them. This was Quays' last thought as she pushed her students away from the rift. Time of death 1:19 a.m. It's even worse if you read what happened to them. Botu ending fell into the rift. On the front page of Botu's notepad was a message his first teacher never stopped reminding him of. Class is class. Safety is first. News second. Time of death unknown. Yuyan ending fell into the rift. Yuyan found a shelter that could only fit one person, but pointed a girl huddled in the street corner toward it. And time of death unknown. Well, they too reappeared. That's probably why the time of death is unknown. This is not the time to be thinking about getting a big school. Staying alive not good enough for you. If you run now, we'll just end up as one of the faceless civilians buried in the headlines. But if we follow you, even if we fail, we go down as heroes with names. Oh, if you're doing this, go big. I'm charging in. Take care, man. He's lost it. Fine, I go with you. So the people who followed her survived, from what it looks like. And the ones who didn't died. Brain death along with silence aimed amid opens in the rift. Today, Zero was going to confess everything. He had planned his future for more than a decade, willing to do anything to help Salin complete her research on the spirit travel box. Time of death, 6:41 a.m. Please open up. If we work together, we really can get your mom somewhere safe. Thank you, but in her condition, she can't move. You know that. You daydream so much, then imagining someone who always argues with you shouldn't be that hard, right? Celine. Seems like those who followed you survived. Everyone else, well, crying. Come down, Flower. I'm begging you. Let's move. Ending. Ending. Failed to escape after the monster devoured the cat. Struggling to make ends meet, Kaya finally decided to apply for subsides for a stray cat shelter. Lady, she had been planning to bury more canned food for her furry children. Time of death, 3:16 a.m. Kato. Ending. Devoured while luring monsters away from the shelter. At the moment Kato decided to run out of the temporary shelter, he was certain that following the god had brought him many real friends. Time of death, 4:32 a.m. 2 a.m. Hall. Ending. Corrupted during rescue. Died on the way. The director had stamped document ready. A public notice about Yuyun's promotion to full researcher. He had even decided which restaurant to celebrate. At time of death, 6:50 a.m. Ending. Jumped into the rift, tracking two monsters yesterday. His mom ordered a cake and his dad awkwardly made a phone call. They were carefully preparing for the squad and university, wanting to let him know that his parents had always been supporting him. Time of death, 5:18 a.m. It's enough. The Rift Strike team is pulling out, but only half of it is still here to begin with. Leon, please. No, please. Just give me a moment to explain. The god has returned, but she's in terrible shape. Do you know what I mean? She's got those marks on her body, the kind you only get after being corrupted. Sorry, I'm rambling. But please, everyone, keep this a secret. We can't afford more panic. We have one task. By the god time to use her great power. We already lost the genius because of blind faith. Are we really going to lose the god now because we're too afraid? You mean Yuyun? He and her partners tried to save a girl who fell into a rift, but the rift suddenly, with the expansion detected up ahead, please send her immediately. And Yuyun probably didn't manage to get that rift last time. Professor Yuyun, look out. Don't move, stand at attention. You have no future of Special Body Edition World 5. Keep at least 2 meters away from others doing rift repairs. You rushed over because I gave my special communicator to someone else, didn't you? Really fine, it's just an expanding rift. Before you got here, fixed 3 by myself, and this is the last one in this area. Why aren't you praising me? Why aren't you saying anything? If we'd never met you, if you were really arrested by the Institute without a chance to explain yourself, and only discharged now when everything's already fallen apart, what would you do? No, obvious, I rush back to my secret base, grab everything I can, and initiate my honesty plan at once. And if no one helped you, fine, don't help then. I can manage on my own anyway. No, forget it, having 3 more people would be better. I mean, I made a special body edition, so it'd be a waste if I never get to use it. At the girl's feet, the rift slowly closed, and the dark red projection gradually dissipated. They looked identical to the small mechanical sphere in her hand. They were the devices thrown out of the rift by a genius. And the 2 heroes, Boto and Yuyan, using the last of their strength before they sank into the sea. Maybe right until the end, they were hoping someone would pick them up and finish what they couldn't. Yet. Irreversibly, History pushed right past the people trying to shape the present. And so, what history leaves behind is surely much more than what it takes away. Don't go quiet on me again. Like you said, we're short on time, but the world isn't going to end over one conversation. The repair will take 10 more minutes. Please don't make me stand here like an idiot. Right, then let me ask. Professor Yoon, why go this far? The future you know is a genius who dominates the academic world and does whatever she wants. She's kind, but she's not the type to play hero or throw herself into danger for the sake of kindness. Instead of taking the lead on purely altruistic deeds, she prefers leading others to 90% first and then help out when it's convenient. But the girl standing in front of you was nothing like that. Like I said, failing to respond accurately when the time is demanded is as dangerous as deliberately committing a crime. Since I've committed that crime, I sometimes pray before the wishing tree, hoping that the beautiful and kind God will one day harshly punish all those who dare to question, pick on, and mock me without ever responding to the crimes themselves. I hate meddling in other people's business more than anything, and I have absolutely zero interest in being a hero. But what's coming isn't some petty manner. It concerns every person in Difeng. It concerns me, and it concerns my favorite Luxing. Exactly, I can't believe this planet, aside from the mysterious sea of data and its few distant satellites, still holds nearly boundless frontiers waiting to be developed. And according to what you've said, there's even another planetary Luxing, and in that it gives birth to intelligent humans. Don't you think that's unbelievably exciting? As the girl talked about her passion, she grew visibly excited, but soon, after unintentionally showing a rare flash of embarrassment, she forced herself to calm down. If a genius were absent from a world this exciting, but that would be the world's loss. Who prevents such regret from happening? Someone who hasn't even been recognized as a genius yet, can only give it everything I've got. How was it? Did I sound too plain to be something Yuyun would ever say? It's the very impossibility of it that makes it worth placing all my faith in it. I look forward to seeing what an outstanding researcher and a genius admired by the world you will become. And above all, my favorite teacher. Scanning the future state of the Swift. No risk of a reboot. Okay, we are at around 50%. Complete the final. Since you put it that way, I suppose I'll work a little harder. There's an old man over there who refuses to wake you, no matter what we say. I want to try one more time, and you better not interfere. You again? Of course I'm here. You're the only one who still hasn't evacuated from this area. If you want, I can show you the report again. While the girl spoke, she tried to smooth out the report she had nervously winked at without realizing it, but the pages were like lost children, each one stubbornly refusing to unfold from its current state. Don't need it. This time I'll be blunt. Rifts on the disaster. Time has proven that nothing more than a mild illness can be cured like a cold. And the people of Difeng clearly know who cursed them. Not only that, but every functioning of the city, every movement of resources, and everything we've ever accomplished in the future exists because of her. As long as we wait patiently for the god to return to Difeng, everything go back to normal. The disaster doesn't happen as you say. Do you think people will believe or see a warning as pointless fear-mongering? And if the disaster does happen, then as long as we go to the shelters as you say, everything turns out fine and we have nothing to worry about. Are we supposed to live in the library forever? Are there enough beds? How will supplies be delivered? If this is early evacuation, why can't I make more of my belongings? I have plenty of valuables at home. 21 days from now, huh? Then why leave now? If it gets resolved, everything magically returned to normal on day 21, what if I go home and find my home gone? Can you guarantee that everything you're telling us you will lead to a better future? Humans' intelligence only reads itself when separated from the god. Honestly, when I read that, I thought you were bored, but girl, Difeng has never had an area without the god. Your lovely ideas on scientific theories have nothing to do with us at this point. Once things settle down, I confirmed the tsunami with the Institute, but not because I trust you. To be precise, I just want to prove you're lying. Sorry. So, is that everything you want to say to me? Yes, I'm done wasting my breath on a stubborn child. After hearing you out, I totally believe you deeply respect and adore the god. So I want to ask you one question. How specifically do you show that respect and devotion? By not believing your rumors and by faithfully following the god's previous instructions. Stay home when corruption with the peer. So in other words, you express your respect and devotion to the god by doing absolutely nothing. I won't argue with a disrespectful fire like you. Even being disrespectful is better than living in a Difeng where no one is willing to walk into the god's heart. What did you say? From where I stand, countless people of Difeng, people just like you, keep projecting their own wishes onto the god, over and over, pushing away the very who wants to approach us. Cannot be surpassed, cannot be questioned, and should not be said goodbye to. But if that's truly how the god wants everyone to see her, then why does she insist on living here among us in Difeng? Wouldn't the most perfect god stay completely hidden, formless, stainless, existing forever only within people's souls? Senadina will ignite by Lu Yuyun's will to live is not some hollow statue. She is, before anything else, a living person, and secondarily the creator of Difeng. So today, tomorrow, and every day after, I greet her warmly, ask her for a hug, and discuss the problem she's left me. Questions the answer she gives me, bravely make mistakes and try again. That's all I want to say. I love to drag you out of here by force, but I respect your choice. You lived far longer than I have, so I'm sure you understand what it really means to be responsible for yourself. Sorry for disturbing you. Goodbye. You hadn't slammed the door so fast, I probably would have started applauding. Don't make it worse. I'm serious, about to break down. Koto, why didn't you tell me you're editor-in-chief lived here? Hey, how is that certainly my fault? You're the one who didn't. Bang clearly, the person who was supposed to give the radio pep talk after the base station gets fixed was here, not you. Wonderful, just wonderful. I even drafted the daily report headline. Far too secure a speaking slot for Bailey. Then you turned around and scolded my boss. Who would have guessed an elderly man that serious is actually the editor-in-chief, an entertainment tabloid? Well, at least he left 10 minutes later, so I guess it all ended well enough. Say whatever you want. Communications will be back in 2 hours. I'm watching you. Don't even think about escaping. Better use the time to practice your speech. Oh, beautiful, kind Sian, please, I'm begging you, help me. This is my lifelong request. Pretty please. I have a lot of lifelong requests. Lifelong, so you're allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big requests. Even so, I still think you're the best person to give that pep talk. Look, the Institute's director and Nila both voted for you. It's totally different. There's no way I can say all that stuff from earlier to the entire city. A speech that radical is inappropriate for that occasion. I should tone it down. See, you know exactly what should be doing. Well. For example, just now, you didn't rush to emphasize how much effort you put in or argue about how right your theories are. Nor did you correlate to the old elderly man. Even though time was tight, you did your best to control your emotions and stayed very polite for hours, because you realized that doing so would win you more actual speaking time. Not letting pessimism distract your thoughts, not letting the fear of failure your courage. None of this is easy. My mind was entirely occupied with my flesh plan. I didn't even know if I could convince the editor-in-chief. Even now, I still feel it little days that I actually put out everything I never had the courage to tell anyone, and doing that probably just made me look even less trustworthy. Why is that? The future is always carved out by the young. And if that young person is you, I'd be the first to agree 100%. Just trying to encourage Professor Yuyun like the god would. Leave the rest to you and Botu, cause I've got things to wrap up. Good luck. The chances get better, but it feels like too easy right now still. Okay, have you managed the task? Then after say inspections for all rifts are done, new ones might still pop up, but the rift strike team is already stationed across the whole city. They'll be able to repair them immediately. Good work. And take this energy bracelet. According to the menu, it should be called a source matter converter. Wait, did new teacher publish a paper in Oxia saying there's still no evidence source matter existed before the great eruption? Is she eating her own research now? It's not just a process. But you find the idea of time sequence reconstruction mode sounds like total sci-fi on its own. I won't deny Professor Yuyun's abilities, but considering the prototype of the special body edition was the box of memories and time, and my was the special ability of Layla gave me thought that box. I have reason to believe that anything impossible is in reality becoming possible inside the system. It's something Layla personally made happen and fully approved of. We just didn't notice until now. Well, she is pretty kind. Anyway, we are only using this one item next, right? The memory's terrible. I may mix things up. Just this one. Oh, it's heavy. I was planning to wear 5 or 6 on one end. Yeah, it's a shame. Because Colin and I have used our new better suits, we might only be able to maintain them for 1 minute next time. Even with this battery pack, we're unsure how long it lasts. My power doesn't seem to be able to power your better suits directly either, but Professor Yuyun already has a plan. Later she'll... Speaking of which, where is he? Which button do I press? It's already live. Stop stuttering, stop talking. Hello everyone. I am trainee researcher from the Sea of Data Institute and the proposer of the Flash Plan and the Doomsday Prediction by Lu Yuyun. I want to explain everything you want to know and need to know all at once. Right now, Shadow Servants are distributing energy braces across the city. Each one comes with a user manual and a safety certificate from the Institute. Serious. Don't underestimate them. Once activated, the bracelets will interlink partially, creating an energy circulation network for Difeng that, by limited, is extensive enough to supply everyday life and even dangerous combat with emergency power. For Difeng's sake, please believe in their power. Support Captain Burley and Captain Heya of the Rift Strike team in fighting off the monsters. They catch 1,000 times more. They're each 1,000 times more reliable than I am. Also, about the most important supplies, Layla has finished inventorying Difeng's resources and lifted the lockdown on the Shadow District. Food, water, and daily necessaries will be distributed every day on schedule in fixed amounts. The servants will help with transport, moving, and resettlement. The god is already on her way back. Please trust Layla's arrangements and evacuate onto the shelters in an orderly manner. My flash plan is to eliminate the monster in the memorial hall that would trigger the tsunami today. Afterward, we must wait 21 days until the past the doomsday node. I observed, before we can safely use the same method to help everyone return home. And if the so-called monster never appears at all, I will destroy all of my research and life, Difeng forever. I think that's all I can say. I end the speech with a different topic, but I can't think of any. Maybe I should take this chance to get people to like me. I guess I have to go. Everyone has a moment like this. Just like 3 years ago, a thought and a voice suddenly sounded by her ear. There's no need to force yourself to prove to me or to anyone the existence of something long possessed. Oh. That's support. But this time the voice didn't come from the god, it came from the heart of a girl that had been worn by trust and hence with life. Yeah, if I really do have something to say, I don't need to live to anyone anymore. I haven't talked properly in ages, so if I don't seize this chance to pour my heart out, I regret it to death. When I'm too old to talk, besides, the ones who voted me up here, who might have helped a little. First, I want to give a special thanks to the Sea of Data Institute for putting up with me all this time. From your perspective, having a colleague like me must be a headache. You're supposed to live a peaceful life, yet someone spouting disrespectful thing about the god is to hang around you. Now she's pushing her luck, proclaiming that day is near and dragging the whole institute into it. What if she's spanking us again? It wouldn't be the first time. Just wait, she better triumphant devilish queen sooner or later. I'm sure every one of you has thought of them. And because I worried you that much when I saw my photo printed in the newspaper without notice, I was terrified that I paid the ultimate price for being rebellious. Like living out my days as a timid little mouse going through the dark sewers all day long. But to my surprise, the newspaper actually reprinted every unsold issue, and almost overnight no one talked about it again. Weird, right? So I started investigating until the shocking truth presented itself. It turned out that the god, everyone at the institute, and even the strangers who just thought nothing was too harsh jointly protested to the newspaper for me, forcing them to remove all information involving my privacy. Or for someone like me, someone so unbearable. And for such a long time, I thought that aside from the gentle Layla, I'd never make another friend. But in the end, shortly after the newspaper fiasco blew over, I made 3 friends in a single day. 3 real friends. They're not here now, but our thoughts. I believe that like new inventions, people aren't completely unable to accept the changes that new ideas bring to life. They just need time to adjust to the conflicts between these ideas and their familiar way of life. But even if I understand how everyone feels, time won't wait fast. Which, if a disaster looming, if we don't use our innate ability to adapt to protect Difeng, isn't that basically saying we better drop it the god we love than act ourselves? If we can pile up stone heavy love on the god with a clear consciousness, then I keep jumping up and down and saying things no one wants to hear, like she can be surpassed, can be questioned, and should be said goodbye to. If we truly love God, we won't fear being swallowed by the seal. But if it's truly for love, we must rise up immediately. Layla I won't presume to say I love the God more than anyone else at Difeng, but I can say with confidence that I'm in the top 3. And with love exceeded by only 2 people, I have the courage to believe that the people of Difeng will see what the God sees, the light that has been shining within us. This light will last far longer than any moment and will not be confined to this tiny Difeng, because all of you have heard it. So from this moment on, it will set all of losing a place. I don't think it will work that easily, everything. Looking back, you delivered a very passionate speech. Yeah, it cost me a lot of nerves, and I explicitly said I'd tone it down, but in the end, I said even worse things. At least at work, Layla said that when you accidentally knocked the mic and it popped, the laughter and applause in the library were so loud they nearly blew her away. Yeah, I knew it. Classic me. Yeah, thanks to Professor Yu, I finally realized that the thing holding back both the people of Difeng and Layla all comes down to the love for the god. Exactly. Classic you. So later, please take good care of us, Professor Yu. Aeon, time's almost up. Get ready. We are starting the fight immediately. Amy, what's the plan? We only get one chance to recharge our battlesuit. Then save it for the final. It's okay, I have you by time. Sky High Cloud with a plan. Naming sense is just like Coralis. The target is the guy hiding behind the whip. Stay sharp, Aeon. You Brent Achilles' sword is almost ready. Fire. Nice shot, Professor. Here comes your favorite Morphic card. 4 versus 3. You still have the upper hand. The cannon will be ready soon. I won't ever help you hide this from Anya. That's fire. Watch out. This is the last chance for it. Tiny here, wrapping this up. With a new battlesuit energy. The time Korean here can use a new battlesuit is limited by the stored energy. The presets given by Union for the battle will automatically replenish energy for them once before their first energy depletion and allow them to continue fighting. Oh. Keep an eye on your battlesuits. It's an uphill battle. This thing looks kinda familiar. But your Martian computers can't generate deep design. To each other. Defend this guys. If I need to manage both phases like that. Professor, any way to crack its shell? Here it is, I crank up the output. Let's go and you keep shelling. Something's not right for you. You're even tougher than I expected. You know, it's very closely calculated. That thinks it's it. I'm almost at my limit. Yeah, but the moment the battlesuit disappears will be dangerous. Don't worry, this is when we rely on the others. You go for it. Energy crit still needs time to regenerate, but hold on. After this fight, you be the headline of the So, the two form of the strongest door in all of the, I think. No. One hit kill. Yun. Look closely. This was prepared just for you. Go get it, Professor Yu. Get the hell out of here. Uh-oh. Is it over? That was almost too easy. After a while. From the day we met, saving the world stopped being your burden alone. I know you'll all be waiting for me out there, counting on me. There's no way I messed this up. I passed that line, our line, them. Thinking back, I truly had never seen a monster scouting report like hers, using the energy disturbance along the road, the complex frequency patterns in the walls. Professor Yun deducted the giant beast's exact location and body structure. Sure, her doodles looked a bit silly, but they ended up almost identical to what we saw in reality. She even ran multiple tactical simulations, down to the timing between each assault and every possible mistake, and identified the only one condition required for victory. It was like she had already fought the beast in the head 300 times within just a few hours. The same thing Corley did against Landon. So when I told her my thesis is going smoothly and she instantly replied, "You've barely written a few hundred words, you dare call that smooth?" Did she use the same method to see through me? Who's the real monster here? It's the same thing Corley did with against the Landon fight. Or in the Landon. If I could, I'd stay by Professor Yun's side and face the speech together, but I'd probably make her more nervous. Before we left, Collie was practicing her entrance pose. She wanted Tia to strike the same pose of her, but Tia shot her down without mercy. It's still cool. Professor Yun wanted to give the move a special name, but more than something flashy, I wanted it to commemorate our fighting together, like me and Professor Yun's serious strike.
私とユーン先生の本気の一撃とか?
Would you name the group photo finalization of Victory Against Doomsday, making it a mysterious Deutsch first photo, but more than the photo itself, I loved everyone's reaction. Our choice won favor from fate bronze, so let's hold our heads high and win many more times. How many shaky notes and lapses I had while reporting my recent progress. Thanks to her guidance this time, I did not. I did the same. I'm done. I didn't sleep last night. Then I had emergency overtime all morning. I'm going home to crash. See you tomorrow. Wait, we are with side team captains and Schicksalgis. At the very least, we should check the rifts and fight the vital report. Let me too. It's not fake then. Understandable. They've gone all out. Way over the limit. Amy, you were amazing back there. You too, thanks for the help. We don't deserve it, honestly. When we heard the noise from the memorial hall, we were a bit frightened. But once we thought of you for fighting for Difeng, we couldn't sit still. In the end, you're all just teenagers. I'm not. I'm a brave adult. Bless you. The director clearly said the energy places can transmit power remotely. What kind of brave adult charges straight into the memorial hall? Didn't you come too reckless at all? Anyway, everyone might need to stay at the library or the dim district for a while. If you need simple home furniture things, go to you. Yujian, he's a pro. You seem to be reading my mind. How did you know I've been studying household goods sales techniques? Don't tell me I already sense the potential in this market. I know
あ
from
なたが
Yara.
そういう
Pretty reliable, right?
てっきり
I
安全
thought
な場
you
所から
stay
独
at
占
safe
取材
distance
をして
shooting
るんじゃないか
exclusive
って思
photos.
ってた
Didn't
けど
expect you to rush to the
まさ
front
か
lines.
最前線
That's what you don't get. More than writing the news, I want to be the news. Only by going to the front can I get the same shot as a cover star like you. Keep it right, or tomorrow I publish The God of Diving, The Mysterious Door, Untold Side Stories. Never mind, I just make sure everyone knows that to me, who is a cover star. You, this is embarrassing. But since you want everyone to know my status and heart, could you expand everyone to all of Diving? So you, how are you feeling now? I feel we can't let our guard down yet. Abuta Slava has been dealt with. We should stay cautious until the countdown ends. So Yun is starting to sound like a real professor. No, I've always possessed all the noble virtues a professor should have. And you must preserve this purity and never learn any strange habits. Who told you to say that? It's me. Professor Yoon never suddenly message a student, where's the data, or reply, I found your missing paper in my spam folder. And don't leave comments like, I could write this paragraph even after eating shrooms for 3 years. Or I don't even know the student's name. If something goes wrong, don't come looking for me. Wait, what are you writing down? Wait, did you stop, Seymour? Being a professor is so much fun. Fun how? Fun because you can toy with students' feelings? Nay, be nicer to your students. They have it really hard too. I will not. The remaining days in Difeng passed quietly without incident. Until day 21, the disaster shield showed no signs of sweeping Difeng like future ahead saw. At day, everyone sat together counting down, quietly waiting for the timer to hit 0. But no one expected. With the abrupt roar of We Have No Future, the doomsday countdown began ticking again. It destroyed the choice of the living in an instant in return, and the god was stranded in an endless dream to the mortal world she loved. Thanks to the connection between her authority and Difeng, she soon learned everything that had occurred so far and became more certain of one thing than ever. With the help of the saviors, the accidents caused by the corruption and responsibilities overwhelming the god had pushed Difeng to take its first step toward suppressing its fate. To preserve the light emanated by the present in everyone's hands, she had to tell all there was to know about Sanadina, and then, with the countdown restarting, that future seemed clearer than ever. Meet me at the wishing. There's something I want to say to everyone. What's this? Difeng gets hit with a desert of the scare ever so often. How did Senna make it through all this? Stop talking, Holly. Senna. The god? Kiana is far more suited to the world than I am. She brought me a savior from another world and did everything she possibly could. Oh. So this place after the ending of the first thing we saw, where she met at the cocoon Kiana in her sleep, and then Kiana didn't wake up anymore. Oh god. But I still can't help feeling it's a shame. I thought we did here for so long just to see you all grown up. By the time I left to stay by your side, nearly run out. And walk towards the future that was decided long ago. Yeah. if the path leads to that
こんな
kind of
未来にし
future,
か続かない道ならば、君から奪った
then
す
she
べて
should
の
pay
時
back
間
all
を
the time she took from you.
彼女は君に返すべきだろう。正解は
I
とっ
told
く
you
に
the
教えた
the
は
right
ずだ
answer
ぞ。
long ago, Senadina.
Senadina.
Since you still refuse to accept it, I have
そ
to
れで
do
も
it
受
for
け入れら
you.
れないのなら。
Oh.
今度はどんな景色が見られるのかしら。
Oh.
楽しみだわ。
Now we have a problem. So Kiana, did this all happened after we met Kiana? Or any of those things?
このスカート、キラキラしてて夢みたい。
Something. You knew all of me, but I only ever saw fragments of you. When you told me I'm fine, I naively believed you truly were. I'm sorry.
なんだかんだ言っても
Professor
ユン
Yoon
先生
finally
は
picked
私
up
の影
you
響で
started
変な
rambling
言葉
from
を
me.
喋
I
るよう
got
になっちゃ
careless.
っ
I
た
let my
ね。
guard down and ended up creating the very future
油
where,
断してた。
where she plays with my
先
heart.
生に心をもてあそばれる未来をこの手で作ってしまうなんて。
But that smile, that's the one expression I never want to see on your face. Oh no. That means from now on it will only get worse. Not good. But with that, I would say, was it that for today's video? If you enjoyed this video, I would be happy about a like, a sub and a comment. And I hope I see you all back in the next video. Goodbye.